welcome to John, Daniel, and Angie's Ghost Story Time here on YouTube. And I don't know how to start this. Angie.
Well, maybe we should start, John, with
how we met.
Yeah, telling everybody how we met.
Well, December 7th, 2002. My old apartment house I used to run.
Wasn't it December 2nd?
No, December 7th. Pearl Harbor Day. I remember that day really well. So anyone can remember Angie pretty easy. I can.
Okay, so.
And Angie lived in my place for how long?
It was quite a long time, especially on and off, because I moved in, then moved in back, and lived in two different apartments. And just to be clear, we didn't live together. John had an apartment house that had 6 apartments in it, which he lived in one, and rented out the other 5. And I lived in, to begin with, apartment 5, which was all the way up on the third floor.
That is an interesting apartment, some interesting stories. Little ghost girl! Ooh. The little ghost girl would go all around the apartment house.
Yeah, she went.
One time I was sleeping and she pulled my dog, Mr. Max Peabody's tail, and he ran into my room and jumped on me on my bed, and I heard her laugh. That was something. He was scared like hell. She thought it was funny. A lot of stories about the little ghost girl. You have any?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would think, you know, to begin with, the little ghost girl might be a residual type of thing. But
she definitely isn't.
She was definitely, you know, an intelligent entity. And John and I did some research, and we could not
find anything.
Find any information.
Nothing on her.
Dating on the little child. So I came up with my own theory, but
sticky energy or something. She came with someone.
Well, you know what? Why don't we start by telling them how old the house actually was?
The house was constructed in the early 1890s, but I think there was a house there before that. It burned to the ground.
Because they moved that house.
The house was picked up. 3-story house, huge house.
It was huge.
About maybe 100 feet from where the street is now, where it was. It moved to where it is now, and it's been there in 100 years. It's been an apartment house since 1936. But I'm not going to say where it is, but it was my place. I lived there for 8.5 years. I have a lot of stories. It was the most haunted place in my hometown from all the stories I was told over the years from different people.
Yeah, I have at least 3, if not 4, encounters with the little ghost girl. But when I moved to apartment 1, she didn't come into apartment 1. There were other entities in apartment 1 that I actually think little ghost girl was kind of afraid of, but I'm not really sure.
The shadow ghost.
Yeah.
I saw the shadow ghost in the staircase one time. The former owner, who's passed away now, told him about the shadow ghost. He saw it in 1985. I didn't believe him, but a few months later, I saw him, the shadow ghost, going down the staircase, and went right in front of me across into the wall.
I've seen the shadow ghost on multiple occasions, and in fact, I had other people ask me. They had come to visit and, you know, hang out. At the time, I was single. I had, you know, partied a lot and stuff. And one of my friends, actually from the theater, her name is Katie, and she's a Native American. Very, very spiritual. And so she had come by, and she asked me about it because she said she's seen something in the kitchen, which was the shadow ghost. And the shadow ghost actually, every night, the way it was laid out when I lived in apartment 1 is when you walked into the front of the place, you walked into a huge living room. And off that living room there was a doorway, and there was a hall. So right here was a bedroom. We went down the hall. Here was a kitchen, and then you kept going, and then here was a bathroom, and then at the end was the other bedroom.
Small bedroom.
Which had previously been a
dining room, yes.
A dining room. And then, actually, John and I, at one point, John lived in apartment 2?
Apartment 4. Or 3. 2, apartment 2, yeah, downstairs.
And I lived in apartment 1.
On the same floor.
And originally there had been a doorway there, and they had covered it.
I took it out for a while.
And John knocked the wall out. But, you know, we seen the ghosts that we seen, interacted and came through the walls.